nowadays that's just for everything, because the internet has more like you have more people on the internet now than what you used to back then. Because back then computers were not cheap. Like, well, not everyone could like get a computer, you know? Like when I was younger, all I had was a random Dell computer that was my mom's work computer, and when that shit shut the fuck down, it shut the fuck down, and I didn't have a computer until, you know, recently. This computer that I'm sitting on right now is my computer, and I haven't had another one since I was 12. So just back then, the only access you would really have is your parents' computer and shit, and you would have to search for any weird shit that you find. And you know, some of us did not have parental supervision, me. So those kids that didn't have parental supervision would dig deep and find weird stuff. Like, that's why we had Newgrounds. A lot of people went to Newgrounds to find the goofy, weird shit. So now that we're older, we have our own money, there's better access to computers, and people can build their own computers, and technology is literally right in front. Like, we have a computer in our hands, which is our phones. It's just an easier access for people who have weird ideas to create weird content, and other people will find the weird ideas and weird content. And now, like, the generation that didn't have that parental control are older, they know better, and they're gonna teach the newer generation about internet safety. But not everyone is taught internet safety properly. So there's some kids nowadays who will wander, and it's easy to wander to those bad sections, and they'll find dumb, weird shit, and they still spread the dumb, weird shit, because for some reason, this generation doesn't know how to keep secrets, which is why I remember there was like a specific drama going around. One person was posting not safe for work on YouTube, and the kids found that shit, and they spread their audio of their not safe for work section, and was like, this is disgusting. But because they are spreading it, it is coming to more people, it's getting easier to access, and that's why more people are disgusted by it. So that's why whenever somebody is like, it's so easy nowadays to find not safe for work or weird stuff or weird kinks, it's because people don't know how to shut up and keep it to themselves. And because the internet spreads like wildfire, if one person thinks it's weird, another person will think it's weird, another person will think it's weird, and it'll keep on spreading. And that's how you get easy access to weird content. It's not that good for kids to have PCs. It's fine for kids to have PCs. It's just they need parental control. Like, parents nowadays either don't care or don't want to learn how to teach people how to like have internet safety. Because literally people who are like my mom's age or maybe a little bit older or something like that will come up to me. You know, I work in food service. Well, actually, you don't know because you're new here, but I work in food service, and I have the type of restaurant where you have the fancy tablets, so you can like order your food on the fancy tablets, and we can just make it and be done. Some people who are like middle-aged, older, whatever, they will refuse to get to use the tablets. They'll literally come up to me and be like, let me
get a bacon, lettuce, tomato with extra mayo, extra mustard.
Like, they'll talk about their whole order, and I'll sit there after they talked about their whole order and tell them to go to the tablets, because I cannot do it without the receipts from the tablets. And they'll be like,
never mind.
What do you mean, never mind? Motherfucker, it's literally pressing buttons. It's not hard. So it's like, just the plain ignorance of the older generation does not help with teaching the younger generation how to have internet safety and not find weird shit on the internet that will probably make them traumatized for the rest of their lives. Monkey brain does not know how to use buttons. Oh God, it's awful. Please just use the buttons. And that's why kids don't have proper control of the internet, and that's why they wander, and that's why there's so many like fights against adult fandom spaces and younger fandom spaces, because we'll literally be like, hey, we made our own space because we're adults who like the same content that you do, but because we always talk about weird shit to each other, we rather be comfortable with each other. Which is why whenever you join other, like, an example is Twitch. A lot of Twitch channels will say 18 plus because their content is evolved around adults, but minors will still wander through it because we can't stop them. The only one that can stop them is their parents or themselves, if they're taught properly on what the fuck to do. So all we can say is like, hey, don't join. And it's like, we restrict our Discords, or we restrict access to certain parts of our content. And the next if they leak in, really it's not a responsibility or a fault, because we tell the kids in multiple different ways. We say 18 plus, we say we need your ID, we need to know that you're paying for this Patreon with your own credit card, like we have certain ways of access to tell us that you're 18 and up. And if you still somehow leak through it, because people have done it, 13-year-olds have joined not safe for Patreons and they talk shit about it, then we all looked at them side-eyed and were like, hey bestie, you were not meant to be there. Like, it's at that point we can't do anything about it. Yeah, big rips. Yeah, it's just the internet now, and it sucks that people are just, we can't really do much unless the parents are actually responsible for the kids, or unless they find a trusted adult that will guide them to do better.